I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I was pleasantly surprised to read a write-up detailing the experience of the Afenifere youth leader in the hands of bandits, kidnappers, Fulani kidnappers. He was on his way to Abuja when he was kidnapped somewhere around Ondo State. And he was shot in his bum. The bus he was traveling in was riddled with bullets. And then armed bandits with a lot of AK-47 surrounded their bus, carried them into the bush, and beat them, tortured them, and eventually demanded for 100 million naira ransom. I did not see anywhere he was said to have been rescued. Definitely, it seems the ransom was paid. It might not be the 100 million. From his testimony, there are terrorist camps in the forest of Ondo State, Ogun State, Oyo State, Ekiti State, and they want to operate in the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and are well armed and vicious. The questions I want to ask. If somebody, many years back, when I mean many, about during COVID era, somebody alerted the nation that Fulani bandits are moving towards the southern part of Nigeria, southeast, south, and southwest. I dismissed it as being alarmist, but it has turned out to be true. Not only the southwest, in Edo State, a young man was lamenting. In Edo North, Fulani terrorists are running rampage. And he accused his senator and a minister from there for not saying anything about the devastating effects on food production. Food production is also affected in Delta states, in Delta North. We shall not talk about, we won't need to repeat Ebonyi State and Enugu State, how these bandits have run roughshod over our people. And the wickedness and insensitivity and insanity of the Supreme Court judgment on Sunday Jackson that he should have run away from his farm has emboldened these lunatics to start chasing people, attacking people, kidnapping people, raping women. I just pray that that naval officer that was kidnapped in Abuja will not be assaulted. If not, it's an insult on our military. It's an insult on the psyche of our nation and our women in uniform, even outside uniform. The questions I want to ask. That Afenifere youth leader calling for a state of emergency in the southwest, if he was not kidnapped, if an Igbo man or non-Yoruba dared to call for a state of emergency in the southwest, what would have been his reaction? I was just amused when I was seeing his ranting, his writing so many things that happened. It's marks of hypocrisy. It is because you have been affected. That is why you can dare call on the president to ask for a state of emergency in the southwest. Your request is right, but your attitude, some of you political idiots and tribal bigots, your attitude to life and to Nigerian issues is skewed by your tribalism. Some of you, not all of you, some of you. You would have defended and reacted to anything any other person had said from another political party or another tribe. But because it has affected you, you are now calling for a state of emergency in the southwest. Thank you. It's a good call. The next thing is that all the Amotekun that was established and paraded with so much fanfare, can't they come together and sequentially clear the bushes in each state of these Fulani bandits? Can't they? It's not rocket science. Can't they? You talk about bandits with modern technology. Is it impossible for a state to buy drones? Drone technology is so cheap and so available everywhere. You can buy drones and map the forests at night. If there is fire anywhere, you will know that people are there. Is it impossible for you to track all the phone calls these people made? Is it impossible for you to mobilize and enter these forests and drive these idiots away? Have your leaders made any laws empowering people to establish vigilantes and equipping them? I want to ask, along these roads where they are kidnapping, you will see several police roadblocks. Have they ever sanctioned those on duty when these kidnappings took place along those roads? Are there commissioners of police and commanders of military formations in those states? Has anyone been sanctioned for inefficiency? I want to ask one question. In Osun State, two communities were fighting over land or are fighting over land, and the governor had to impose a 24-hour curfew. I've always wondered, when it comes to conflict between communities, guns, juju, charms, and youths come out to kill each other, fight each other. When it comes to the insecurity that pervades yourselves, why can't these communities come out with their youths and drive out these people, chase out these people, arrest them, like as some youths have done in Edo State and maybe Delta State? Why can't? The question that has been crossing my mind, in nearly every segment of Nigeria, apart from maybe northern Nigeria, but from Kwara State down, Kogi State, we have cultists who, if you read the manifestos of their organization, most of them is they hate injustice, they hate oppression. They will say no friend, no foe, one for all for one. Why is it that these cults fight each other? They have hitmen, they shoot each other. Why do these cults not unify and go into the bushes and drive the people who are invading their lands and raping and killing their mothers? Is it only to shoot each other in the streets that you display your strength? Is it? What are the clergymen in those states saying? Are they calling on the governors? Are they calling on Tinubu? Are they calling on commissioners? A lot of these elder men of God, or so-called God's generals, PFN, CAN, the Catholic Church has done well. Can they come together, lead a delegation to the governors of their states, lead a delegation to Abuja to make a demand, to speak out, instead of waiting for a young man, the Afenifere youth leader, to speak because of his experience? We are playing with fire, and it is drawing very close to us. And unless this call by the Afenifere young man, even though it is because of a painful experience that he made it, is a worthy call. In fact, if we can extrapolate a little bit further, there is no safe place in this country. There is no safe place in this country. If the president really loves this country and he loves the stubbornness of Wike, let him declare a state of emergency, security. The governors will be there. The what are they called? The houses of assembly members will still be there. The Senate will be there. Let him present a bill or motion in the Senate requesting for a national state of emergency. We are at war. We are at war. It's only that the war is internal. The war is just simmering. But let's nip it at the bud. Make Wike Minister for Defense. I know he will vent his anger against these terrorists and bandits. Make him, now that Fubara is on 6 months suspension, make Wike Minister for Defense. I know he's gra-gra. He will pull down all these bandits and terrorists. Let's test his muscles. Let's test his resolve. He's a man of action. Let's see his action where it matters most in this country. Leave bridges. It's only leaving people that drive past bridges. Leave roads now. It's only people that are alive that drive through roads. After all, his area of ministerial influence or control or responsibility is also affected. Mr. President, sir, declare a national state of emergency, security-wise. Put the military into the bushes, because you boasted when you were campaigning. What will it take? Recruit 1,000 men. What will they eat? Cassava, agbado, yam. This time we don't even need yam. We will fast for 100 days and enter the forest and shoot. Even old men like us who are medical personnel in the state of emergency, I'm ready to dust my stethoscope and act as a military medical doctor in the battle against terrorism. I volunteer. I will act as a military medical doctor. Let's drive these rubbish people out of our country. And I know Wike will be a very nice minister of defense. After all, it is allegedly alleged, that some people very close to you are sponsors of these bandits. Not only people from their states have alleged that, former intelligence chiefs said it during an interview on television. Is there, unless you people don't want to see them. So we are in danger. Let's declare this emergency. Let's make Wike Minister for Defense, and let's bring peace to our nation. If not, all your economic policies will not work. They will kidnap road construction workers along Calabar, Lagos Expressway, the one you want to build to one place, Sokoto or whatever. They will kidnap them. They will stall the work. And investors will not come if they are afraid. Security is key for economic revival. Mr. President, don't let your people always deceive you to run after shadows. Mr. Akpabio, forget Natasha now. Natasha, forget Akpabio. Let us face this insecurity issue in this country. General overseers, forget those who criticized you that you are this and that. Police, forget those people. Don't arrest them. Let's face the reason why you were made police and DSS. DSS, find where they are. Or pursuing shadows. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I'm offended at what is happening to our beloved country. And we have nowhere to run to. We have to speak because we are involved. God bless you. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62 to register for my April webinar. I will have properties for sale. If you're in the UK, I will be in the UK in the month of April. May we'll be back to our country. Let's dig it out here. We'll go nowhere. We die here. God bless you. You want to contact me in the UK, send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. It will reach me. God bless you.